Imagine a world where paradise becomes wasteland in the blink of an eye, where crystal clear waters turn into raging torrents and homes crumble like sandcastles before the merciless onslaught of nature's fury. No, this is not a scene from an apocalyptic movie. This is not a distant nightmare. This is real life and unfolding right before our eyes on the island of Carriacou, Grenada. From the sun-soaked shores of the Caribbean to the bustling streets of major cities worldwide, we're witnessing an unprecedented surge of devastation. The floods that have ravaged communities from Dubai to Houston, from Kenya to China, and Brazil to Grenada. They're not just isolated incidents. They're pieces of a larger, more terrifying puzzle. If you thought the warnings from the pulpit were mere rhetoric, think again. The events unfolding over recent months are earth-shattering, happening not in some far-off future, but right now, in real time. The question that hangs heavy in the air is, what should we do? Is it time to flee the cities, or do we turn a blind eye to the rising floods, the devastating hurricanes, and the trembling earth? But before we dive deeper into the heart-wrenching story of Carriacou, I urge you to subscribe to our channel. What you're about to witness may shock you, may haunt you, but here at the Sabbath School Daily channel, we're committed to breaking it all down to help you make sense of these last days events on the Sabbath School Daily channel. Grenada, the Spice Isle, a jewel in the Caribbean crown, known for its aromatic nutmeg plantations and the pristine Grand Anse beach, but beyond its shores lies a lesser-known treasure, Carriacou. This small island, home to just over 8,000 souls, holds a rich tapestry of culture and history. From the crystal-clear waters of Sandy Island to the historical echoes within the Carriacou Museum, it's a place where tradition thrives and community bonds run deep. But on July 1st, 2024, all of that came to a screeching halt.
Hurricane Beryl making a run late today at rare Category 5 status. Here it is right now. It is a high-end Category 4, just incredible presentation on the satellite with that buzzsaw type structure. Winds are at 150. There is
a hurricane of this size and power, the eye well defined, and so it is forecast to continue to strengthen. The official forecast from the National Hurricane Center actually brings it up to a Category 4 hurricane a little bit later on today, with winds now as high as 140 miles an hour.
These stories of terror and loss are heartbreaking, but they're just the beginning. As we continue our journey through Carriacou's ordeal, you'll witness both the depths of despair and the heights of human resilience.
Violent winds, intense rainfall, and a life-threatening storm surge on Monday as Hurricane Beryl moved through the Caribbean Sea, making landfall shortly after 11 a.m. on Grenada's Carriacou Island and bringing with it sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. Beryl proved to be a dangerous Category 4.
It's scary.
In Barbados, Richard Foster is one of hundreds of people who moved into a hurricane shelter. According to the National Hurricane Center, the storm surge flooded parts of the Grenadines.
I know it would have a lot of damage in that area, so I decided not to stay.
While Foster was taking shelter indoors, a number of Barbadians were in a harbor outdoors trying to salvage their boats and their businesses. Hurricane Beryl is the strongest known hurricane to ever pass through the Grenadines between Martinique and Trinidad and Tobago since Atlantic hurricane records began in 1851.
It struck without mercy, a monster born from the Atlantic's record warmth, Hurricane Beryl, a name that will forever be etched in the annals of Caribbean history, unleashed its fury in the unsuspecting island of Carriacou. With wind speeds over 160 miles per hour, it tore through the island like a ravenous beast, hungry for destruction. The earliest Category 5 storm ever recorded in the Atlantic, Beryl was nature's wrath personified. In a matter of hours, paradise became a barren wasteland. Homes that stood for generations crumbled like sandcastles kicked during child's tantrums. Centuries-old trees standing to the island's rich history were uprooted and strewn aside like matchsticks. Palm trees nestled throughout the land were broken like toothpicks. The very landscape, once a picture of tropical beauty, was reshaped into a bomb-like apocalypse. From the green hills of St. Lucia down to the beautiful beaches of Grenada, Hurricane Beryl tore through everything in its path. The colorful, lively Caribbean we all know was ripped apart, leaving only behind scraps of what it used to be. Streets that were once filled with music and kids playing are now silent and empty, looking like something out of a disaster movie. Everywhere you look, there are signs of broken lives. A child's muddy sneaker without its owner. Power lines scattered across the streets with loose, very dangerous wires, a reminder of the devastation. In the middle of all this mess, you see everyday things, a smashed up fridge, a soaked family picture. This makes you realize how normal life was just one day ago. The bright, colorful homes that used to line the streets are gone, replaced by piles of broken wood and twisted debris, a scary reminder of how strong the hurricane was. The air that used to smell like flowers and salty sea breeze now stinks of rot and wet garbage. You can't smell the barbecues or coconut suntan lotion anymore. Now it's all mold and decay. This isn't the sunny paradise you see on postcards or dream about for your vacation. In just a few terrifying hours, the Caribbean we know disappeared.